Hey everyone, welcome to today's Lenten Gestures hosted by Dia Studios and the Presbytery of San Fernando. I'm Brianna Kinsman, and today I'll be leading you through a guided movement meditation on verse 7 from Matthew 25. Today's word that we're exploring is anticipation. But before we get into unpacking that word and our verse for today, let's begin by setting up our space and our bodies. For this movement meditation, you can keep your eyes closed and listen, or you can follow along with me on the screen. You can do this movement meditation sitting in a chair. If you'd like, you can place a blanket or a pillow on your lap for an extra sense of grounding. Settle into your seat. Notice if there are any thoughts or emotions that come up here. Offer them acknowledgement. Let them know you see them. And see if you can put them down for just these next few minutes. You can pick them up later, but for now, enter into this present moment. Allow your body to relax down. Press both feet gently into the floor. Allow the hips to melt into the chair with ease. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Release tension from the back of the neck, the jaw. Unstick the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax the space behind your ears, the space between your eyes, sinking down into the chair. And if you need to add a little bit of stretching or movement to release a little extra tension, I offer that option here. Maybe moving your head from side to side or rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Whatever you need in this moment to enter in. Coming back to stillness. Bring your attention to the breath. Take a deep, long inhale and exhale. And here take a few rounds of breath at your own pace, drawing awareness to the way the breath expands and contracts in your body. Our verse today comes from the parable of the 10 bridesmaids in Matthew 25. Today we'll be exploring verse 7, which reads, "Then all those bridesmaids got up and trimmed their lamps. And the lamps spoken of here were small enough to be carried easily in your hands, crafted sometimes in the shape of a shell, or some had a basin on one end to hold oil, with a spout coming out of it that held the wick and flame." I'm going to read from the beginning of this parable and stop at verse 7. As you listen, you can take a soft focus in front of you on this video, or you can close your eyes. And as you listen, cup your hands in your lap and imagine holding a small clay lamp and flame. Hear these words from Matthew 25. "Then the kingdom of heaven will be like this. 10 bridesmaids took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. When the foolish one took their lamps, they took no oil with them. But the wise took flasks of oil with their lamps. As the bridegroom was delayed, all of them became drowsy and slept. But at midnight, there was a shout, 'Look, here is the bridegroom. Come out to meet him.' Then all those bridesmaids got up and trimmed their lamps. Then all those bridesmaids got up and trimmed their lamps. Our word is anticipation. In the text, the bridesmaids anticipated the arrival of an important guest and a celebration to take place. They waited long hours through the night with oil and flame. What are you anticipating the arrival of right now? And what have you been waiting on in your life? Imagine those things filling the space between your hands. And when you're ready, bring your palms together now and begin to rub your hands back and forth, creating a little heat between your palms. Anticipation is something that requires both forethought and hope, preparation to keep a flame going through the long night. Begin to speed up your hands now, creating even more heat. But at times, it feels like the waiting stretches on endlessly. How do you keep the flame going when your body aches, when you feel aggravated, frustrated, when exhaustion and burnout rivals even your best efforts? Right now, we are in the 11th month of the pandemic. We are all feeling a new amount of nervous anticipation, tiredness, fatigue, agitation from waiting. Keep your hands moving and notice what emotions come up for you as you do this movement, as you think about the long wait. Imagine those emotions, those sensations and feelings from all this time sliding between your palms, adding them like kindling to this imaginary flame. Begin to slow down your hands now. And bring the palms just a few centimeters from each other, almost touching, but not quite. And feel that little ball of heat hovering between your palms. And imagine a small flame being kept there. And we're just going to play for a moment. As you breathe in, see if you can expand that flame a little bigger. And as you exhale, making it a little smaller again. Stay with this movement for a moment. Breathing in, expanding the flame. Breathing out, bringing it smaller. Matching breath to movement. Waiting. Anticipating. After the announcement that the bridegroom had finally arrived, the verse reads, "Then all those bridesmaids got up and trimmed their lamps." It's a bit of a surprising reaction. You would maybe expect their response from waiting for so long to say they got up and shouted for joy and ran to meet the wedding party. But that's not how the story goes. It says they got up and trimmed their lamps. Bring your palms together, touching again. And we're going to move our hands together again, but this time slow it down and really look at your hands. Notice the lines and the creases, the curves, the prints. Slowly, intentionally, move your palms together, and you're invited to explore here. Maybe you trace each finger, or you can move over the backs of your hands. You can even carry the motion up your arms to your shoulders. Let the movement take shape and explore. The follow-through of the anticipation is relieved in a simple, ordinary action of preparation: trimming a lamp, meeting a need for lighting the way as this wedding party came through. As you continue to trace the lines of your hands, imagine, bring to mind what through lines carry you through your days, even as you wait, even as you anticipate the arrival of vaccines, of seeing family and friends again, of that job that you need, of the ending or beginning of a new season, even as we all anticipate a new world. What lamps do you trim as you wait? What lights the way for you now? We live our prayers. So as you trace your hands, maybe bringing a little bit of calmness, bringing it back to center. Maybe you want to offer a prayer to God of thanksgiving or petition. Maybe a prayer for endurance to wait through the night, for a bit of oil to keep the flame going. I offer this prayer for us. God of rhythm and rest, sustain us in the waiting. Allow us to live in anticipation of the arrival of the holy in both the container of the ordinary and in the celebration of the extraordinary. Slowly come to stillness and bring your palms almost touching together. Find that little space of heat again. And then bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the stomach. And we'll seal our time together by taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Thank you for joining us today, friends, on this day of Lenten Gestures. Be sure to check out the other reflections, art, and practices that are released every day during Lent on diastudios.com.